So good morning students. Again I welcome you in the second part of lecture on voltage commutation techniques. So till now we have discussed two modes of conduction of this class, D commutation technique. Now we will see the waveform of these two modes of conduction. Then we will further continue with third mode of conduction. So this is the first one is the output current waveform, which is almost constant throughout the time period. Why? Because here we assume the pure inductive load case. So output current is almost constant. Second one is the waveform of ITM, that is a main thyristor current. So main thyristor current. So see in the first mode of conduction, what is the expression of main thyristor current? It will be IC plus I naught. So IC plus I naught, IC is given by IP sin omega t, which is sinusoidal in nature, and I naught will be output current, which is constant. So these two currents are added in the first mode of conduction. So what is the net current through the main thyristor? It will be adding of these IC plus I naught. So see in the waveform of ITM from 0, it will this start from the initial point I naught, which is constant current, which is flowing through the thyristor all time, and this IC will be added to this main thyristor, which will be sinusoidal in nature. So we will start our waveform from I naught, and I will add this IC to this I naught, and up to what time? Up to pi, because IC equals to IP sin omega t. If we put pi is equals to 0, then it will again come to 0 at the end of this pi root LC time period. So up to now this I naught and IC are added at to this point, and again this current continues to I naught and IC will be 0. So why IC will be 0? See, at the first mode of conduction this IC will be 0. So IC will be 0, but ITM is equals to I naught is already flowing. So this amount of current will be flowing after this pi root LC time period, which will be denoted as I naught. And this third waveform is the IC, which is charging current waveform. So this is charging current waveform flowing through the LC combination. So it will be IP sin omega t, which is sinusoidal in nature, and starting from the 0 point, and it will be sinusoidal in nature. But after this pi root LC time, charging current will be 0. So charging current will be 0. It's shown on the x axis, and now we will see the this capacitor voltage. So capacitor voltage waveform, if we see at the first mode, then it will be Vc equals to Vs cos omega t. So it has a peak magnitude of Vs, and cos omega t will be there. So it will start in the cosine function. So this is the waveform of capacitor voltage. It start from peak amplitude Vs, and it will be going like this. And at this point, which is the pi, at cos omega t, cos pi is equals to -1. So Vc equals to minus Vs will be there at this point. So it will be denoted in the negative part of the waveform, and this will goes up to second mode of conduction at the beginning of second mode conduction, because at the beginning of second mode conduction capacitor capacitor voltage will be minus Vs polarity. So up to this time capacitor voltage will remains its constant value minus Vs. And what is the output voltage? So output voltage will be equals to Vs up to this t on time. So up to t on time, our main thyristor will be in on condition, which will be started from t is equals to 0, and it will come up to t on time. Main thyristor will be in on condition. So what is the output voltage? Output voltage will be Vs. Why Vs? Because this amount of voltage will be this Vs voltage will flow the current through the main thyristor. So this voltage across this main thyristor will be, or we can simply apply KVL, then Vs will be equals to V naught up to the main thyristor will be in on condition. So main thyristor will be in on condition. If you apply KVL, we will obtain output voltage to be Vs. So it will be denoted as Vs up to t on time. So at t is equals to t on time, we will on the auxiliary thyristor, or main thyristor will be in off condition at t is equals to t on time. So we will come to second mode of conduction. In second mode of conduction at t is equals to t on, auxiliary thyristor will be in on condition and main thyristor will be in off condition. So no current will be flowing through this main thyristor. What is the capacitor voltage at beginning? Minus Vs. So capacitor voltage will be minus Vs. What is the output voltage? 2 Vs. So see these two waveforms. So output current will all constant, and it will all through the time period it will be constant one. This ITM current will be now from comes to 0. Why 0? Because thyristor will be in off condition, main thyristor will be in off condition. So this I node current now comes to 0 on x axis, and auxiliary thyristor will be in on condition. What is the IC current? IC will be minus I node. So at the end of first mode it will be 0. Now it will be minus I node. Why minus I node? Because at second mode this the reference polarity of IC will be denoted as shown, and this IC current will be flowing opposite to this reference polarity. So it will be denoted as a negative. And what is the amount of current? IC equals to I naught, which will be flowing through output side. So this amount of current flowing through the output side. So at the second mode minus I naught, and it will be comes up to this end of this second mode minus I naught current will be there, which is the charging current. What is the capacitor voltage? So capacitor voltage minus Vs at the starting of second mode, and it will be going through this linear fashion. Why? Because if we integrate this constant value of charging current, which will be minus I naught, so constant integration of the constant term, it will be always linear. So t term will be there, so it is a linear fashion, so it will be straight line like this. And at the beginning of third mode it will be going up to this plus Vs, because capacitor reverses its polarity at the end of second mode. And what is the output voltage? When auxiliary thyristor will be on, it will be 2 Vs. So this Vs voltage now goes up to 2 Vs, and we will see further why this output voltage will become to 0 at the end of second mode. So see, when Vc equals to Vs at the end of this second mode, then output charging current will be 0 and auxiliary thyristor will be in off condition. So charging current will be 0 at the end of second mode, and output voltage will be 0. So this charging current will be now come minus I naught to 0 at the end of second mode, and this capacitor output voltage will be falling like this linear fashion. It will be 0. So 2 Vs2 it will be fall like 0. And now we will come to third mode of conduction. What happens? So in third mode of conduction, as we know, in the first mode of conduction main thyristor will be on condition. In the second mode auxiliary thyristor will be in on condition. So both are commutated. Now our freewheeling diode comes into picture. So when the freewheeling diode will be on condition, then output voltage will be short circuited. See, this freewheeling diode is put in the parallel with the load. So this current will be flowing in this like in this way. So if the current will be flowing, see the current will be, what is the path of current to flow? So current will be flowing like this. But output voltage will be 0 because this branch is short circuited by this freewheeling diode. So output voltage will be 0. So see the what is the third mode? Third mode of conduction, this I naught is always constant because load is highly inductive. Third mode freewheeling diode will be on. So freewheeling diode will be on, and no main thyristor will be in on condition. So this current through the main thyristor will be 0 condition. And this charging current will also 0 because auxiliary thyristor will be in off condition. What is the capacitor voltage? It will be plus Vs going like this in the up to this t of time period, which is shown up to t of time period. It will be plus Vs constant at the end of second mode. And now this output voltage which will be 0. Output voltage 0. Why 0? Because short circuited by the freewheeling diode. So it's a t of time. At the t is equals to t of time, the freewheeling diode will be conducting now again after this t of time. That is a t on time. See the t on time. So up to now this point, this is a t on time, and up to this time this is a t of time. So sorry, this is a whole time period is t, and it's a sum of t1 plus t off. So this is the t of time. So this is the t of time, and this is the t on time, and this whole is capital T. So the total time period equal to t on plus t off. So these are the three modes of conduction, and now we will see the results of this commutation technique in the third part of this lecture. Thank you.